Hello guys and welcome to the WWE 2016 Survivor Series predictions video. What we're going to do, as we always do, one take, no edits. So obviously we're going to start with the warm-up matches, what I think it actually will be as well. You've got Kalisto, the challenger, versus the Brian Kendrick, the current Cruiserweight Champion. Weirdly, this is the only one with like a proper stipulation, because if Kalisto wins, the entire Cruiserweight division goes to SmackDown. But WWE have recently announced that they're adding a new show called 205 Live, which is basically the Cruiserweight show, which leaves it in a bit up in the air really, because does either team win? I mean, really, is it a double DQ? Because if it's getting its own show, does it really need to be on SmackDown or Raw? Because this is Vince's way of saying it's failed. Personally, I don't think it has. I just think it's been mistreated really badly in Raw. Personally, I would have had it booked at the start of the show where the kids watch, because this is what Cruiserweights do. They jump around, they do really nice high-flying things, and that's what kids want to see. They will be inspired by that. It's just Vince with his terrible booking, you know, make everyone look strong at the start of the show. So what I'm going to go with here is Kalisto wins, but by DQ, meaning the Brian Kendrick keeps the belt, they move them over to SmackDown, and also they get their own show as well. So this way, Brian Kendrick is still the champion. He doesn't drop the belt because he's only just recently won it anyway. Kalisto looks good, but obviously, you know, he's not going to win the belt. It makes him look as a challenger, because you need a heel in this division, and the only heel that there is in this current division is the Brian Kendrick. So it'd be pointless to make him drop the belt. Moving on to the Intercontinental Championship. This sort of does have it's the only like proper crossbred match with a belt. Weirdly, Reigns isn't defending his belt against someone on SmackDown because, you know, got to make him look strong, got to have him in the main event type of thing. So you've got The Miz, the current Intercontinental Champion, versus Sami Zayn from Raw. Miz from SmackDown, obviously. The only way I see this winning is with The Miz winning, to basically fuel the Brian Miz contrast. Still, there's no way, I don't think, that Sami Zayn is going to win this belt. There is a good chance this could also end in DQ, but if they have two DQ finishes in a row, it could spell disaster for the pay-per-view. The only way I see Sami Zayn winning is by DQ. I do not see The Miz going to Raw with that belt unless SmackDown get to pick someone else. I just don't see it happening. Personally, I would have rather it was Cesaro versus The Miz, and then you could have had Cesaro win and go to SmackDown. That would have been a lot better. But, you know, it's not that, so I'm going to go with The Miz to retain his belt. Moving on to the women's 5-on-5 match, you've got Team Raw, which is left to right. We're going to go left to right. We've got Nia Jax, Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Bayley, and Alicia Fox versus, right to left this time, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Bella, Becky Lynch, and Carmella. The only team I see winning this is Team Raw. It's just too strong. You only have to look at Nia Jax herself. There's no one on that team, the SmackDown team, other than maybe Becky Lynch, should beat Nia Jax. But for some reason, I think Nikki Bella is going to get the win over Nia Jax. Just for a pinfall in there. And the only two people I see surviving this are Bayley and Charlotte, because it looks like WWE are going to move forward with that feud instead of the Sasha Banks. You know, I don't know why she keeps losing the belt. She's money. I don't honestly know why she's losing the belt all the time. So we're going to go with a Team Raw win here, and we're going to go Bayley and Charlotte. So there's going to be two survivors there. Moving on to the 5-on-5, which is actually a 10-man thing. Tag match, you've got, I'm going to go like this direction. Whoop, no, I'm going to go that way, then that way. So we've got Shining Stars, Cesaro and Sheamus, The Club, Gallows and Anderson obviously, Breezango, American Alpha, The Usos, Hype Bros, Heath Slater and Rhino, New Day, and Enzo and Cass. So for Team Raw, you've obviously got Shining Stars, Enzo and Cass, New Day, and Cesaro, Sheamus, The Club. The way I see this resolving, is that the word? Yes, or resulting. We'll use resulting. The way I see this result going is with American Alpha beating the New Day, because a few weeks ago they was doing a segment on Raw with the New Day and they were slating all the teams, and I don't know if anyone really paid attention. They mentioned American Alpha, and Xavier Woods said, "I don't have a bad word to say about this team. They're really good." I think those were his words. Don't quote me on them, but it was sort of along them lines. So I'm going to go with American Alpha to pin the New Day clean, to establish themselves on the SmackDown roster, and obviously then they can challenge Heath Slater and Rhino for the belt. So I'm going to go with American Alpha for that win. And this will be the match of the night. That tag match will be the best of the night by a long way, by a very, very long way. Just my opinion, obviously. Okay, moving on to what I think should be the main event, but it won't be. You've got Team Raw, which is Braun Strowman, Seth Rollins, Chris Jericho, Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens versus Team SmackDown of Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, Shane McMahon, Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles. Right, the way I see this happening is there's no way Braun Strowman is going to get beat by someone here unless it's Randy Orton, but then he gets a clean loss. I don't see where they're going to have Braun Strowman lose by pinfall to get eliminated from this match. Because he's still undefeated with a pinfall. He's not been pinned yet. He hasn't been pinned. And the only way for him to get out of this match is either by DQ or pin. And unless they have another DQ finish in this pay-per-view, they can't have this many DQ finishes. So either Braun Strowman lays down and gets pinned by Bray Wyatt or Randy Orton because Bray Wyatt wants him to, or Randy Orton, he beats Bray Wyatt and then Randy Orton hits Braun Strowman with an RKO and then goes for the pin. But then obviously we've got Randy Orton with a pin over Braun Strowman. That doesn't look good because it's a SmackDown brand rather than a Raw brand. The final three is, in my opinion, it's going to be the Shield. The final three will be the Shield, and it'll be Ambrose, who takes an absolute beating from Rollins and Reigns. I think that is the best way to end the show. That's what I would do, because it's sort of like a full, not like a full circle, but obviously Rollins turned his back. Reigns is still the one with the gimmick, but they're the only two that are sort of like a team other than Randy and Bray, because they haven't really teamed. So the only way I see this ending even, is Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens sort of mishapping, maybe tripping over each other, and then Rollins and Reigns being the two survivors for Raw. And then moving on to the most predictable main event in WWE history, you have Lesnar beating Goldberg. Right, that's pretty much it. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the pay-per-view. Bye guys.